So 6 have punched their tickets, still a waiting game for those 3 at large to advance to the final. Final heat of the 1500 on the men's side, the women to follow. Alluded to it earlier, John, but Carter Cutting having the best seed time, one of the top 1500 runners in the Big 12, really around the nation, highlighting this third heat.
And he had a monster upset at NCAA indoors in the mile. Not really expected to contend for that national championship, but he had an incredible race earlier this year, and he's continued it with a strong regular season outdoors. 147 at BYU converts down to 146 in the 800, and then 340 converting all the way down to 335, also up there at altitude at BYU. Cutting's proving that his indoor championship NCAA's was no fluke.
He's at the back of the pack right now. He started on the far outside and got cut off as he worked his way in. Pair of Jayhawks at the front of the pack. Parker Wallian leads the way. Tanner Talley and Hobbs Campbell, the other 2 Kansas runners, representing the top 4. Kansas really excels on the infield with some of the field events. Not to say that they're not strong in other areas, but you'll see that a lot over the course of the weekend, how well they perform on the field.
And Kansas certainly has a strong distance running tradition. You go way back, you think of Jim Ryan, one of the greatest high school athletes in U.S. history. An outstanding career for the Jayhawks. Pair of Jayhawks in the lead right now.
Wallian and Talley. Cutting just looming in the middle of that pack, coming off one of his better runs of the year. He set a facility record at the Robeson Invitational. Broke a 36-year mark, Cutting did. 11th best 1500 time in the nation. I have a feeling you have not seen the best of Carter Cutting yet in this race.
Yeah, he's just biding his time right there in the middle of the pack. He knows what he needs to do.
Of note for BYU, Cutting running this race. You just saw Caleb Johnson win the second heat. BYU teammates Taven Kitchen and Isaac Hedegren, the second and third best 1500 meter runners in the Big 12 this year, not participating in this 1500 this year. So it does open up the field a little bit for these other runners.
Yep, absolutely. There's such amazing depth in the distance events across this conference. All the coaches trying to figure out where they want their athletes to be entered in. Certainly have to try to set your athletes up for success, not only at this meet, but also looking ahead to regionals and hopefully nationals for the top people.
Zachary Miller for Houston in second place there. Comes in with a seed time of 3:43.03. It broke a 38-year school record. Another freshman who has burst onto the scene in the Big 12 this year on the distance side. He's in first with 1 lap to go.
And they're all packed up as they head into the bell lap. Cutting's content to just stay out of trouble towards the back of that pack.
Third place for Cincinnati is Seth Elking, one of 2 Bearcats in this final heat. But it is Miller taking a very sizable lead. Cutting realizing he needs to start making a push, coming around the right side.
Yeah, Cutting responded to that move, working himself up. He's in 4th place right now. Keeping an eye on the top 3.
Only need that top 3 to qualify. You don't want to take a chance and leave it up to the final 3 times. Cutting is now in a third. It is still Miller, though, but he's running out of a bit of gas. And here comes Talley for Kansas. Cutting on his heels, working over the right shoulder. There goes Cutting. Best 1500 meter in the Big 12 this season. Top 15 in the nation, wins the third heat. Talley comes in second for Kansas. It was neck and neck for third.
Yeah, I think Miller might have gotten outlaned right at the line, but we'll have to wait and see. He really dug deep down that home stretch. Obviously, he made a huge move at the start of that bell lap, and he was given everything he had to try to hold on to that top 3 position.
You talk all the time about kicks when it comes to distance runs, John. Do you ever sometimes think back and maybe second